Hey everyone. Lord have mercy, I can hear myself in the other one. Hold up, y'all. Let me make sure that this is turned off. Can you guys see me all right? You guys see me? Everybody sees me? We're good, we're good. We're live. All right. Let me share this because we got to talk about it. Live now. Come on over. This is a very interesting case situation, and we just got an update too, and I was actually following it on the Neek at Night channel. Shout out to her. I really love Neek at Night, and every time I see a content creator that is like my fave, um not that they ask for it, but I like to shout them out because I like what they do and what they stand for and whatnot. Shout out to Angel Nikki. Thank you so much for being a member for 5 freaking months. Lord have mercy, look at you. And then somebody gifted a membership yesterday that I forgot to shout out. I need to go find the person that did it. I want to say thank you so much for gifting. For all of those that have renewed their membership, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for doing that. So we're going to jump right into the story because we do have a bit of an update on this story. This kind of piqued my interest because it's kind of started with this viral video. And shout out to Nika Knight, her TikTok. She put it out on not TikTok, I'm sorry, Twitter, and then it was also on her IG. I follow her on both. And she put this video out, right, of this altercation that happened where this man literally hits this woman. And when the prosecutor in I believe it was Chicago, Illinois, came up and said that basically the story was written like this. This is the crazy part. The story was written to say that that mom ordered her 14-year-old son to shoot a man. The man dies at a hot dog stand. Now, one of the things to mention is that the man did hit. You do see a video where the man is hitting her. That's where in the thumbnail I have those like pictures right there. Yeah. So that's what we were told, right? Well, guess what? The latest update is that the charges, have been dropped on the mom and the son. All happened at a hot dog stand. Like I was like, whoa, what? So we're gonna talk about this story, but let me provide you the update. This was literally maybe a couple minutes ago, 45 minutes ago. So charges dropped against mother and son in deadly Chicago restaurant shooting. Let me play this under fair use. Let's see.
Hey, ladies, we
Lord
are
have
giving out.
mercy. See these ads go through, and let me put my little banner here so we don't get the strike. And thank you everybody that's coming in. Shout out to all the beautiful members, all the new subbies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My goodness, it is. I think it's pretty good news, given that if it doesn't exist.
And more breaking news, the Cook
Let's
County
watch.
State's attorneys dropping charges against Carlishia Hood and her 14-year-old son. You remember Hood was accused of encouraging her son to shoot a man, but video that recently surfaced shows Jeremy Brown yelling and attacking Hood inside a Southside restaurant. Before the shooting, activists had argued that the actions were self-defense.
Wow. So let me tell you how the story broke. It broke like this in the media, and this is very concerning. It was said that the woman ordered her 14-year-old
Hey,
son.
ladies, we are giving out free Dove samples.
Jesus, let me mute that. Initially ordered her 14-year-old son to shoot a man, okay? After an altercation. A woman ordered her teenage son to shoot a man now dead at a West Pullman hot dog stand on Sunday evening, prosecutors said. This literally, I think, happened on the 18th of this month. Carlishia Hood, 35, and her 14-year-old son were arrested on Wednesday in the 700 block of East 111th Street after being identified as the suspects in the 32-year-old man's murder, Chicago police said. The video went viral where he was hitting Carlishia. I mean, I was like, oh my God, it was too much. You saw, yes. And so, Krusty, get this, right? It was put out in the media that the prosecutor, essentially that there were messages, text messages between the mother and the son that the mother was telling the son to go, bring a gun or something like that, right? That she ordered her son to do something like that. And that never happened. At least it has not been substantiated that it happened that way. The charges have been dropped. It's new to you? Yeah. Yeah. The video was released out there, which the video is supported by what prosecutors are saying. So the shooting happened at South Halsted Street at about 11:05 p.m. Sunday. Police said that the man, who the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office identified as Jeremy A. Brown, was in the vestibule of a fast food restaurant and was involved in a physical altercation. More like he was the one that was hitting Carlishia multiple times. Yeah, it sure did it. She didn't even have time to text him. So the rumors were circulating that Carlishia had texted her son to bring a pew pew or to shoot this man. It didn't go down like that. So they brought charges against her. And now they're dropped as of today. They didn't have substantiated evidence or information to substantiate their charges. Okay. So then, and again, he's 14 years old. A suspect then took out a handgun and fired, hitting Brown in the back. Police said he was pronounced dead at scene. Surveillance video showed the suspect arrived in a blue Lincoln. The video also shows a suspect take out a handgun. Chicago police released video surveillance Wednesday of the suspects wanted in connection with the shooting. They did turn themselves in, mom and son, on Thursday, by the way. Both Hood and her son are facing first-degree murder charges, which have now been dropped, so everyone's aware. Hood also faces a felony count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. All right. And anti-violence groups said that they've been responding to a recent uptick in shootings in the West Pullman neighborhood since May 23rd, that there have been 8 shootings and 5 homicides in that area, according to their count. Now, let's talk about this new update. What was it exactly that happened? Listen, this is the new update. Here we go. Let's see, and hopefully we can get some more information. And let me look at this beautiful chat that I have here, because a lot of you guys are saying different things. I'm happy her and her son are no longer in jail. This is normal. It's the South Side, says William. The prosecutor said that she ordered her son to shoot the man's girlfriend. I didn't see that either in the video. Krusty, I watched that video, and like I said, shout out to whatchamacallit, yeah, it was at Mr. Gamer. It was at a hot dog stand. Shout out to Nika Knight. So Nika Knight was following this. Listen, I was following this story with her, and I was like, oh my god, like this is it's very. I would ask you guys to go check her out, because it's well done and broken down, but it's also like putting things into, like, taking out the emotion of what happened to kind of give information, and I'm there for that. So murder charges have been dropped against a mother who and her son, who accused of killing a man during a fight inside a restaurant on June 18th in the West Pullman neighborhood. Cook County prosecutors announced Wednesday all charges have been dropped against Carlishia Hood and her 14-year-old son. The Cook County State Attorney's Office said in a statement, based upon the facts, evidence, and the law, we are unable to meet our burden of proof in the prosecution of these cases. You have to wonder, what is it that was said earlier? What is it that was shared earlier that would have led to, clearly we were all misinformed here. Yes, they were trying to say that what? They were trying to say it was some kind of a love triangle? No, Vic, you're asking the question. No, they're not. They were trying to say that Mom Carlishia ordered her son to shoot this man who was physically hitting her and assaulting her. Now, let me go to Twitter so I can show you guys. I can't show you the full video because it's really graphic. Let's see, Nick at Night. Let's pull her Twitter real quick because that's where it's at. And I was watching this video, yo. It is crazy. Let me show you guys. Hold up. 1 second. Just imagine, you're just there to get some food, right? And then you see this. What do you do in such situations? This is what it is. And I'm just going to stop it and not play it all full because I'm worried about any type of community stuff that might come out of this.
If you say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out.
Here you go.
Say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out.
Here you go. Right there. That man hit mom. What the story initially, when it broke, it was said that that mom ordered her son to pull the pew pew pew. Rowena says this case is making me crazy. This is like, I could not believe this. Thank you. Yeah. So I would suggest y'all watch the full video at Nika Night because you could see it. He hits her. Hits her. The son, the 14-year-old son, comes out. Mom is telling the 14-year-old son to get back in the car. The prosecutors were saying that she ordered her son to shoot this man. He hit her multiple times. Not just once, multiple times. Yeah. And this guy that was hitting her had a girlfriend, and she was kind of egging on the situation. She wasn't stopping. There were people there. Nobody was stopping this. They were allowing this woman to get hit. I mean, that's how it was. Look at this. And I'm just, look. That's more, look at the blows on that. There you go. To give you guys a better visual on that. Everybody felt like, you know what, Layla? I don't like that they worded that. It was never a fight. She was violently assaulted and attacked by a psychopath unprovoked while his deranged girlfriend encouraged him to continue to punch her. Absolutely. So the son, listen, the son wasn't ordered to pull the weapon or anything, as people would have led you to believe. How would you have time to text your son to say, hey, go pull the gun, go shoot him? You wouldn't have had time. You see how fast this was happening? I don't think that that's how it went down. I honestly think that she told her son to go in the car. She never told him to get involved. I don't think it was like that. Initially, that's how the story was written, that she ordered her son. Now, prosecutors have dropped the charges on both. They haven't met the burden of proof. I don't know how you would. Look, and it wasn't just one hit, SW, it was multiple hits. You know what, Lana? I think you would think that they would know each other, the way in which things are kind of going down. Like, who does this? Who does this? Yeah, Chrissy. Yes, Rowena. Yes. They dropped the charges. So the 14-year-old boy grabbed a gun and shot this man right here, shot him a couple times, and he died at the scene. Okay, this is what happened. Dies at the scene. They initially were charged. They charged them both. They dropped those charges today on both of them. The videos are out there. Yes, they were dropped. That's a good question. I don't know what exactly started the altercation. You would think that they would have known each other like before. That's how I think. I mean, who hits you like this? You know what I'm saying? Who comes at you like this? No, they didn't know each other. And the girlfriend was egging it on too. And here's the deal. They were saying, this is what they were saying, and I think it was coming from the girlfriend's side, who allegedly was stating that mom was ordering son to shoot her. And even with that, all charges have been dropped. No burden of proof has been met. I don't know. This is, thank you, Bring the Mess TV says, this is the norm at Chicago restaurants, especially Maxwell's polished joints. These men and women are angry here. Or are you from Chicago, Bring the Mess TV? Shout out to you. I hate guns and violence, but the kind of kind of kid, loves his mom, and I'm kind of proud of him, says Aaron. A lot of people are saying different things. They feel kind of iffy. Seeing this defending his mom, Wims, a lot of people are saying he defended his mom. He brought the gun out. He saw his mom getting assaulted and brought the gun out and shot him. I'm glad the charges were dropped. Yes. Yes. This is the first time I'm covering this. And the thing is that I was initially going to cover about the story, and then we got updates today. So this is a fairly new, the person that's been covering the story has been Nick at Night. She was one of the few YouTubers, I think, that actually broke it here on YouTube. They said he was allegedly mad that she was taking too long to order. Are you serious, KCB? That she was taking too long to order a hot dog? My family would have taken him out too. I'm sorry, but if you attack me, you'll meet my family, says Rowena. In all cases we go, I do think anything can happen to this day. Yes. Oh, are you? Okay. Shout out to Bring the Mess. Now they will have to move because of retaliation. Well, that's a good point. I was thinking about this. I say, I hope they don't retaliate on the 14-year-old or any, I mean, you would think, I don't know who does this. And then not only that, then you got people in there, and they don't even, nobody steps up to like, hey, don't do this, or like diffuse the situation. I mean, you're not even seeing that. That's crazy. Your sons would have done the same thing too. Why does a 14-year-old have a gun in the first place? That's a good question. Or did he have it, or was it in the car already? Given that the area, you know what I'm saying? Given the area, do I have the link to the story? Yes, I do. And let me give you, I should have probably, you know what? It's in the description box. Let me post it in there. But before I do, I'm going to finish reading this article just so everybody understands the update. Okay. I'm just saying, imagine going to order a hot dog, right? And then you see all this kind of go down. But initially, the media reported it that mother told her son to shoot a man in Southside restaurant murder. This is what police had said. But those charges have been dropped. So the Cook County State Attorney Office said in a statement, based upon the facts, evidence, and the law, we're unable to meet our burden of proof in prosecution of these cases. Hood, 35, and her son were initially arrested on Wednesday in connection to the fatal shooting of a 32-year-old Jeremy Brown. Judge Barbara Dawkins ordered Hood held on a $3 million bail. Hood's next court date had been set for next month, but prosecutors scheduled a hearing for Monday where they announced they were dropping all charges. Monday being today. Today is Monday, right? It would be today. Today. I mean, too comfortable. Krusty, too comfortable. You see how he just said to her, I'm going to hit like that. What? Too comfortable. Can we note that the 14-year-old son is an honor roll student? Yes. Yes, he is. The mother is a licensed gun owner. Thank you. Maybe that's why the gun was in the car. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're a licensed gun owner, I would suspect that you would have your gun nearby. Okay? Like, let's not treat it like people don't have guns. I live in a state where I can do whatever I want and have ever many that I want to, right? Some of us are allowed to carry. Now, of course, I take my measures. Everybody should be. You all need to take your measures because you never know, right? Safety. She happens to be somebody that is a mother who is licensed, a licensed owner, has it in her car. Her son pulled it out and used it. Not instructed by the mother. At least we haven't seen anything to substantiate that, correct? Correct? Vic says, I agree to Rowena's comment. My son isn't going to sit back and just watch some man beating me. I don't think so. It was because of all the backlash saying free them. Chicago will protest in a second, and they don't want that NASCAR coming next week. Lord. The story. Well, thank you, Jennifer. See, Jennifer said the story makes sense now. Thank you. I'm glad I explained it, at least broke it down a little bit, because it kind of you kind of have to understand how all of this went down. Oh, look at this. Bowling said kids can get hunter safety cards at 13. So you're allowed, as long as I'm assuming parent consent and whatnot. So everybody's a little bit different, I guess. So then this story, it continues. So Monday, where they announced all these charges were dropped around 11 p.m. on June 18th. This is when it all happened. Hood went inside a Maxwell Street Express, okay, to pick up food while her son waited in the car. While she was waiting in line, Hood got into an argument with Brown, prosecutors said. Hood then started texting her son, pointing to him outside. Her son entered Maxwell and stood in the doorway, at which point Brown punched Hood in the head 3 times. For those that said 3 in the chat, prosecutors said. Court documents state that after the first punch, the boy pulled out a gun and fired a shot at Brown, striking him in the back. Brown ran out of the restaurant and the boy followed him, firing additional shots. Hood told her son to keep shooting Brown until he killed him, according to prosecutors. This is what the prosecution say. I don't know if anybody else, if there's witnesses to this, okay? Just saying. Once the shooting was over, Hood told her son to shoot Brown's girlfriend, who was egging on the argument she was having earlier. Hood tried to wrangle the gun away from her son, but he pushed her away, court documents said. They then got into their vehicle and drove home together. Surveillance videos captured both of them arriving home after the shooting. Okay? Brown suffered 2 gunshot wounds in the back and was pronounced dead at the scene. After the shooting, police sent out a community alert Tuesday asking for the public's help in identifying Hood and her son. Hood turned herself in the police on Thursday. During the search, police recovered an unloaded, unregistered handgun along with empty magazines. Further investigation revealed that Hood has a valid Illinois FOID card, I think it's FOID card, and a concealed carry license. Hood and her son were initially charged with 1 count of first-degree murder. Hood was also charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. All charges have been dropped since. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. That's a good question. Why did they leave the scene? I think that's a good question. Video sent to Fox 32 over the weekend apparently showed the confrontation between Hood and Brown inside the restaurant. The video shows Hood being punched in the head multiple times before the gun can be heard. The gunshot can be heard. And let me play this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We're probably going to get an ad.
And a disturbing case unfolds in court. A mother accused of ordering her son to commit murder in a West Pullman restaurant. The mother and son are now charged, both of them. Elizabeth Matthews joins us now with more on this development.
You know what? That's a good point. I mean, I'm not, you're not supposed to, you don't know who's going to show up, right? Their crew could have shown up too. So I'm not going to sit, I'm just thinking, I'm thinking in my mind, I probably would have drove myself and my son to the police station, right? Because that's what you do. But in my mind, but I wouldn't have waited there because you don't know who's going to show up. They can be loaded too. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is already a very bad situation as it is, right? You just don't know.
Developing story, Elizabeth.
Yeah, not only that, mom, who's accused of giving those shoot-to-kill orders, is now being held on $3 million bail. Parts of that shooting were actually captured on this restaurant's surveillance video, which helped the witnesses identify the suspects to police. So this all happened Sunday night, police tell us, just after 11 o'clock, about 11:05 p.m. 35-year-old Carlishia Hood and her 14-year-old son arrived at the Maxwell Street restaurant on South Halsted at 117th. Hood went in for food. Her son waited in the car. Prosecutors say that's when she began arguing with this man, 32-year-old Jeremy Brown, who was also inside ordering food at the time. Hood began texting her son, who appeared in the doorway, hands in his pockets. A fight became physical between Hood and the victim. The victim was able to punch the woman once. That's when prosecutors say the boy pulled out a gun, fired a single shot to the victim's back, followed him outside, kept firing, striking him fatally twice in the back.
Wow. You know what's he's 14. I know. But they haven't even so if they had a rock solid case, Lady Webb, why did they drop these charges? What shoot to kill order? The media will spin anything. Shake my head. I was like, because I literally was about to go live on this, and then I saw that there was an update. The fact that they dropped these charges. No, you know what? We don't even know that. We don't know that. We don't know that. Make it make sense now. I can't order a hot dog in my own time. If it takes too long, you get beat. That's what I'm saying. He punched her 3 times. If the guy 3 times. Wait, that's 5. 3 times. 3 times. You know, I don't know. Chicago media never gets it right. Never, says Bring the Mess TV. Had he kept his hands to himself, I mean, it's 11 p.m. and you're ordering at a hot dog stand. Like, why are you having altercations with people? Like, is it really that deep? And then you hit her 3 times. Okay? Like, and then the girlfriend eggs it on too. I agree, but I also think, like, in this situation, I'm just wondering in my mind, like, oh my God, it just, charges dropped because the media spun it to make it salacious. Thank you. So maybe we don't have all the information. You can't even listen. If you can't trust the media to get it right, they don't have a case. They did not have a case. This was bad. And let me stop sharing this real quick and show you guys. Go back to that video. Okay. This was before. Okay. And I'm not even playing this full bit because listen, YouTube likes to do you wrong. They just like to completely censor everybody here. But you could tell this was an evil man. You guys said, right? Them reports in the Chi-Town are straight liars, just like the judicial system. No case. The media never gets it right. I'm listening to you guys and nobody does. But in this day and age, you can't be putting your hands on people because you don't know what they're exactly. You can't even listen, you can't be middle fingering anybody on the road anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can't even honk anymore. Because the shit gets real. Like you have to be careful, just be careful. Some of the stuff is like, if I'm driving, they put that ego somewhere else. Ordering food, I don't want anybody spitting in my food. Just give my food and let me go. I'll go sit down and eat it. You forgot something on it? That's cool. I sit down and eat it. I'm not going to make a big deal. No, you can't. Yeah, right. I agree. I know. I listen 3 times. Look, let me make this bigger. Look, this man this man's like, I'm not getting involved. I'm getting away. Look. Let me show you guys. Everybody got away. Look at this. He moves out of the way. 1, right there. 1, hits her in the head. Look at that. Look at what the force that look. 2. And he's like, this is crazy. Look at this. Why would you allow this man to do this? Okay. And then think that somehow, look at this. 1. Here we go. 2. Look at this. 3. Look at that. He just kept hitting her. I did. I saw it at Nika Nights and I was like, I mean, they're upset too. Girlfriend was probably getting beat up too. If it was the north side of Chicago, it would have said young man protects his mom from beaten. Oh my goodness. I know. Look, this guy up and he wasn't evil. Look, this guy up. He wasn't evil guy. He was not a good person. Okay. Why not grab his arms? Are you talking about the mom? The sound had me tearing up. That fool hit her so hard. No, he hit her hard. He was wanting to really hurt her. That's what he was doing. I think people are afraid that they will get hurt, and shoot, right. Good job to the son. I'm not sorry for saying this. So you kind of have to wonder, the prosecutor dropped these charges. Why? Why? Full body hits. You see how no one stepped in to help out. Nobody did. Nobody did. So what did the son do? He grabbed the gun. Wherever it was located, he grabbed it and he shot him. I think, what, 2 times? And he killed him. They left the scene in case somebody else showed up, I'm assuming. And then, turned themselves in. Then the prosecution drops these charges. Are we getting used to this type of behavior that we just walk away and not get involved? I know, SW, right? It's like, did you see everybody just walked away? How are you? It took a 14-year-old to bring out a gun to stop this? You got grown men, people out here. Like, maybe it's just, people don't get involved. Like, maybe they don't say anything. I don't know. Maybe it's my ignorance. I can be ignorant about situations, but, they knew that the charges were bogus. Black women remain unprotected, period. The son did what needed to be done. Lord have mercy. If the mom would have been killed from the hits, people would have been saying, why didn't he do something? Rowena, thank you. Let's turn it around. Say that the mom was killed because of the hits. Or let's just put it this way. Say that he had a gun and he decided to shoot her. This story would have been wrong, period. I guess I don't know. Maybe they knew this guy was in trouble. I think people are afraid. People are afraid to get involved. I'd walk away, but call the police, says Rose. I was afraid for them. I thought they were going to be lost in the system. I'm happy for them, says Valerie. I don't know how I feel like. I don't know. Feel like let the jury decide if it's self-defense, though the man is dead. Yeah, Cocktail, but they dropped the charges. So there's probably not going to be a jury at this point. Hopefully we are not getting blinded towards this kind of behavior. Exactly. These days, you don't know if people have weapons. I wouldn't step in. That's a good, see, Stacey, that's the other part. Maybe that's why he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stepping out. Oh my gosh, here's Miss Tiff West. Shout out to Miss Tiff West. I'm happy with the outcome. I hope the mom and the son move and are able to live the rest of their lives. That's the other thing too, Tiff. It's like, you don't know who knows anybody there, Like, I would be scared to be in that area too, like, especially after you don't know who I'm sure they didn't, like, who are you connected to, shooting each other and all that stuff. I just, you just don't know. You don't know. The man is a thug. His Facebook page shows exactly what type of degenerate he truly was. Apparently, he assaulted 2 women 2 days before at the club. Are you serious? Apparently, he assaulted a woman 2 days before at the club. And was the girlfriend egging it on too? Like, go ahead. I told you not to get involved. I told you. I don't think I can get involved. I mean, people shoot people, so I'd be scared, says Mary. You know what? And that's okay. I would call the cops, but I don't blame the son for protecting his mom, says Mary. I know my hubby, and he would have stepped in, says Rowena. I'm going to tell you this. I have an oldest, and I don't think, even though I don't think my son would stand next to anybody putting his hands on me. Like, nobody. I could see that. Like, it doesn't have to involve a text. Like, he immediately jumps. And trust me, like, I feel like I've raised mine to be, good, productive citizens. But when you see yours getting hurt, shoot, I don't think I could sit down and watch any of my parents be hurt or violated this way and not jump in and do something. It's an innate thing, something that judicially or even scientifically we can't always explain. It's just how we are. I know that's what I'm saying. Why dropping the charges? Let the jury decide, says Cocktail Dress. He was not a good person. People are saying, I would be afraid to get involved. Okay. I don't know. Sucks all around. Hermes says, in these red pill places, they say it's what she gets for being a single mom. They blame the victim. I heard it on the Anton Daniels show. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not familiar with that show. A jury with a single parent on it would have hung. I think the story got mixed up because they fled the scene. Now they've told their side. The truth has come into life, says Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer. Crimes and issues can happen anywhere, but Chicago is a crazy place. Absolutely. This was on Halsted in Chicago. Is that Maxwell near O Block? Yes, it's that same area, Krusty. But someone should have called the police. Who called the police? Did we even determine who called the police? I think that they need like a dispatch report, or at least let somebody know who called the police. Was it a person at the restaurant, or was it the owner, or how did they respond? The man was delivering blows to the woman. I feel the son was protecting mom. From what I'm looking at, she had her LTC. I'm happy that they aren't being charged. Teenager should have thrown his iPhone at his head. Scrap with that dude. Stop justification of guns, sends Zoots. The girlfriend was there watching him do this. Yeah, the girlfriend didn't even jump in. Coming from Europe with the different gun law, it's hard to comprehend the violence both the man towards the mom and the 14-year-old had in order to help her. Yes. It is, I can understand that. Krusty says, you just don't call Chicago PD. I would never let my mom argue with another woman. Tiff. Cheesy, welcome. Lady says, facts. I would have stepped in. Nobody can walk away from an assault taking place. That's just crazy. Hey, Ava, welcome. Tiff, why didn't she take over for him? Let's see. Anton is a fool and abusive to it. Oh, Lord, I don't know who that is. Or is it legal to walk past someone punching another person there? No, I don't think Zoots. I don't think that's legal. Zoots, this wasn't a mass shooting. This is what guns are actually for, to protect yourself and loved ones, says Chrissy. Lord have mercy. Y'all are debating in my chat. Chicago was not great when my grandmother was there. I don't know, you guys. Thank you for telling the truth. They're out there trashing this woman. I don't think that there's anything to trash. I'm sorry. I don't. Why trash her? We don't know the detail. First of all, they got the details wrong initially. The charges have been dropped, right? So clearly there's probably more to this story. I say allow the story to be told by those that were actually there. I'm sure that there's witnesses. Does that justify? People can have different points of view in this. I don't like. I have different points of views. Like I could see the side of like a 14-year-old holding a gun and that being an issue, but I could also see the side of, okay, you have a man that's striking a woman and she's seeking out for assistance. Maybe she was calling for her son or told him to get in the car. We don't know. We weren't there, right? So what I did see is that I did see this man strike this woman 3 times for no apparent reason. Okay. And it's almost like everybody expected her to back down. And that's not okay. I don't get it. Like, why? And that's not her. First of all, even if that was her man, that's not okay. But that's not her man. And then you have the girlfriend over here justifying that. I told you why. Oh, so I got to take the blows for you? Like, I'm flabbergasted by this. But hey, my teenage son wants to be a law enforcement. His hobbies have my gardening hose on holes. No way he's letting someone walk away. Thank you. I assume here bells were probably rung and she was in survival mode or couldn't see straight to take the weapon. Could be. I think some of y'all really don't understand the dynamics of Southside Chicago. That is very true. We don't. I can own that. We don't. And I think that that's the piece, is that we have to challenge ourselves. At least I try to challenge yourself to think outside of the box, that you are willing to ask questions about Well, what is the culture? If you didn't stay in the scene, why wouldn't you stay? Well, because people could come through and do something to you. Okay. What are some of the dynamics to keep in mind? Why do people carry guns? Right. Well, this is what happens. Good example. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a opportunity for us to have a conversation here where we can all learn from each other. Right. I think the son did good, and this is why I'm grateful. Absolutely. Many moons ago in my 20s, my friends and I were out. This man was cussing out his girlfriend aggressively and started beating her. We ladies stepped in and to defuse the situation without a thought. Thank you, Layla. Thank you for doing that. It's crazy. LOL, you get killed throwing the phone at someone. Chicago will stomp you to pieces. We'll have to agree to disagree. Absolute agree to disagree. That's all you can do. You know, we don't know each other personally. You know what I'm saying? We don't. I'm just saying. I hear you. I hear you, Zoots. I hear you. My dad is from Memphis, and my mom's dad was from Southside Chicago. She grew up in downstate Illinois, so I get the dynamics of both. I hear you. They're painting this woman like a calculated villain that set up her son to be, oh my goodness, a degenerate. I'm so sorry. It is true. It is a total different. That's what I'm saying. It's like a total different experience, different culture, different way of life. I mean, I'm in bed at 11 p.m., but Chicago's probably up. You know what I'm saying? Like, things are different. The other side of this is why I'm saying is like you have to be able to hear a different perspective. That's what I welcome. And that's why I love my channel and I love you guys that are in here because you guys educate me on this as well. I hope both mom and son will heal, both physical and mentally. I'm not taking a stance on gun laws in the US, not my field of expertise as a European. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, but I love it you're in my chat. She was hurt and needed help. This is just, I'm sure more information will be developed from this. And let me see if there has been any other updates because I don't think that there has been. But I'm glad that because the way the media was painting it, I was like, oh shit, like, did she ordered? Did she, like, I want to know, did she tell her son, come and shoot this guy? Come and do this? Because that's how the media painted it out to be. And if it didn't happen that way, why was that even alluded? Like, why did they say that? Let me see. All right, let's see what comes out. See, and her name's already coming up. Everybody's talking about this situation right now, you guys. But let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. Hold up, y'all. Yes. Okay. What would they say if they had a gun on her person and she pulled it out and unalived him? That's a good point. What if she pulled the gun while she was there and it wasn't him? She has her LTC and her gun is legal. Okay. Would they be saying the same things as I mean, it's like you're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't. I really hope this young teenager learned from this move. Moves on better than his life. Yeah, I would agree, especially if he's an honor roll. Like, you know, I hope that this doesn't like trigger him or scar him for life. That and that he gets some protection. He's gonna need some protection. Like, these people need to be protected because I could see some retaliation. I would be concerned. There could be a big problem just because he was hit in the back. So self-defense is probably out, says Crispy. My friend and I got lost on the south side, and she is a fair-skinned native. We were driving a minivan. Cops pulled us over to tell us to leave. Oh my goodness. But that's a good thing to know. It's like, so why wouldn't you have a gun in that area? Thank you so much, SW, for the $5. She said, please hit that like button. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. And thank you, my love. I wish I could carry something like living in Toronto. Y'all who have a bit of rights to protect yourself are very lucky, says Layla. I was in the chat at 4 in the morning and talking about this, and now the charges have been dropped. Well, that's good. Yes. Were you talking about this? Because everybody's been like talking about this case. I mean, and it's just kind of developed fairly quickly. I was surprised that they would have dropped the charges so quick. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was a little surprised that this would have happened. I honestly thought that they were going to, if they weren't going to charge the son, they were going to charge her. So there must have been something that they missed. And let me see what else is going on here. Let me show you guys. Because everybody's saying the 4 days ago, that's how the story was told, that the mother told him to shoot. But maybe it didn't go down that way. Maybe it just didn't go down that way. And we have to kind of keep that in mind. I mean, but you could see from this video, it's just so crazy to me that look at this. This is just insane. And shout out to Neek at Night, you guys. I tagged her channel in the description box. You mean to tell me nobody? Look at the guys over there cooking. They're just cooking. They're just cooking. They're just, they're doing their orders. Look at this. Next order. Look at this. They ain't even look at. I'm looking at the guy at the window. It just happens so fast. I don't know, y'all. What do you guys think? I just knew he was going to be a witness. I would imagine she would embellish. I just did the same thing. I was laughing so hard because the guys, they're just cooking. They just like, we ain't trying to get involved. I just knew he was going to get charged for following him. I'm shocked. I'm glad. I just felt like so bad for the kid that had to do that. Says Crispy. What was he harming the lady for? Deal with the criminality better until we make it go away. We can fix problems, not only because become defensive. And that's a good point. Don't judge the man who walked by. We don't know. No, and I agree, Mary. We can't really, we don't know. But I do feel some type of way about like nobody getting involved. He don't know who else will jump in. Now he is plastered everywhere and being judged for staying out of it. No, but Mary, not only is he being judged, but also the cook and everybody else, the girlfriend, and retaliation is a thing. He was keeping himself safe. Probably. I'm just wondering if anybody called the police or would, like, how did they even know to get in there? I'm just saying. I think no matter what they would have happened that night, there would have been something negative said. Yes. Zoot says she should have thrown a hot dog at him. Natalia says, would it make a difference if it wasn't a gun? My kid would do some serious damage with knives along. So anything can be a weapon. No, that's a good point. Anything can be a weapon. We just don't know. Let's see. Let me see what else everybody's saying. Lord have mercy. This is like everybody's talking about this. Everybody, look at this. I'll show y'all what's going on Twitter land right now. Carlishia Hood's son shoots a man for hitting Carlishia Hood's. Oh my God, I don't know why this person just repeated the names over and over. Carlishia Hood and son video Carlishia Hood. Look at, they just repeated the same thing over and over. They're just trying to get somebody to click, what is it? Click their, not lick their link, click their link. This is what they do. They want people to watch that video. It's crazy. Murder, they charged to high manslaughter at best. I agree with the charges being dropped. Never should have been charged. You guys think that? All right, so let me ask you guys a question. I have 160 plus of you guys in here. Do you agree with the charges being dropped? Let's go ahead and do a little poll before I head out. Do you believe that the charges should have been dropped? Yes or no? Maybe. Now, dropped for both mother and son, okay? Because I'm not going to divide everybody up. I want you guys to I want to know, where does everybody, because everybody's kind of everywhere. Everybody's everywhere. So I'd like to know. Let me see. Yes, fluid. My son would go. I'm just saying. Anybody, you hate polls. I agree the charges were bogus. Oh my gosh. I think so, but I don't know. So shout out to Mary. She says, I think so, but I don't know what it is in the heat of the moment, or did he come afterward? No, you're right. Like, what was it? Vote on the poll, okay? Vote on the poll. Everybody, vote. I want to know. Vote the poll. Now I'm just curious because, Lord, all right. So I got 38 votes so far. Whoa, 88% of you are 41 votes. 88% said Yes. Wow. Oh, I'm surprised. I thought there would have been like more of a like half and half. You did, Kate? You were the first to vote? Okay. Okay, good. Voted. Thank you, love. Fuck around and find out. Good riddance. The kid took the trash out. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Vote and hit that like button. Thank you so much. She said, even as a European, I voted yes. Thank you. I mean, if he came and shot him 20 minutes after the fact of the murder, but he did in the heat of the moment, that's self-defense. Crispy says, I don't know. I have to think about it, Crispy. Let me know your thoughts, because I'm kind of curious to know what your thoughts are. And you can always hit I don't know if you can't vote. Y'all know. You guys are my true crime people. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know. The mom told the kids, shoot somebody else on the way out. He was laughing the entire. Was he laughing? Because I didn't see anything like that. Did you see that, Crispy, in the video? Because I missed that. I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any of that. Wim, you need to vote. Okay, your vote counts here in my channel. Just note that. Chrissy says, I only question if the man did try to run them, was shot a second time. First time was justified. You know what I question is if they dropped the case, There was a reason for that, right? Like, what is it that they lacked? 66 or 56 votes. Okay. I'm going to end the poll, and please hit the like button while you're here. Don't be a hater. I think they should sue. Whoa, hold up. Layla says, I think they should sue his family for all the emotional trauma and distress they have to experience moving forward at Lord have mercy. Layla's like, sue them all. Oh my gosh. Okay, Crispy says, no, not that he was laughing, that somebody else was laughing at the restaurant. There was a whole, there was a whole panel talking about it. I didn't see it. It was the audio. Yes. Yeah, and like I said, shout out to Nika Knight. She did the good like breakdown of it. She went live and also updated everybody, so you guys check her out. I did link her in the description box, so just hit her link. The coolest part of Rabbit Chat, yes, thank you. I try. Here's the other thing to consider. Witness intimidation is a real, thank you. I love that you said that. Witness intimidation is a real thing in Chicago too. Street justice prevails. So when Mary was talking about you can't really blame the people that didn't get involved, I think that this kind of correlates, Krusty, with that like street justice prevails. Like, you don't want a target on your back, and if this is the only place that you're at and you live and you can't get out of there, I mean, who's gonna, like, what are they gonna do, give you witness protection? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, what do you do? People live here. They can't change addresses. Like, you know what? I don't know. But I agree with that comment. Thank you for saying that. I was in the chat last night. We were talking about all that Floyd remembers. Oh, okay. Chicago has dropped a lot of cases lately. A lot of good businesses are leaving Chicago due to the robberies and dangers police never come. My son can do some serious damage with his fists. He wouldn't need a gun, says Tammy. Woo-wee. Did you hear about the woman in Chicago cop who was ambushed at him? No. What? I didn't know about this one. See, I didn't know about this one. This is crazy. There must be more videos, and I bet she never texted her, so no premeditation. Thank you. I bet a dude probably had a DV on his record. You see how quickly he was to hit her? You see how comfortable he was to just not hit her once, 3 times. Not once, 3 times. You see how quick he was? On his grandma. He's calling his grandma. I'm assuming she's in heaven, you know. My grandma. I was like, no. Thank you. Every culture has a point. You do something, you're going to get yours one way or another. So I respect. I don't know the area. I don't know. So I'm like, I went crazy, cussed out all the whole restaurant staff. You did? They laughed at my mom for asking her for extra condiments. I can only imagine this. Vic, did you really cuss her? Well, did you really do that, Vic? She says she went crazy at the restaurant and she cussed everybody and their mother out. Yeah, I would have to agree with that one. My hubby is a 4th-degree black belt. He doesn't need a gun. He will hurt you with one. Oh my goodness. I thought there was going to be a trouble because she didn't call the police. Why didn't they call the police? I don't know who called the police though. I mean, it was all captured on video though. But that's a good question. They turned themselves in. They weren't going to wait around there though, but they did turn themselves in. I was more scared of what the world is going on. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. Good shot. Well, there you go, bowling. Bowling. He didn't shoot he didn't shoot anybody else but the guy. And it was a kill shot. Right? At least, well, it wasn't. We'd have to determine how many, was he killed in the first one or the second one? Right? I'm going to look that up, Krusty. Thank you. Nobody fights in Chicago. They only use guns. You try karate if you want to hear. You don't bring knives to a gunfight, right? You don't bring your fist to a gun. That's true. You don't do that. Don't bring fists to a gunfight. Okay? You just don't do that. Just saying. I think if I felt like I had done anything, I would have called the police if it was truly self-defense. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Maybe drive to the police. My first assault was in the 2nd grade, and I smacked a girl for saying something about my mom. LOL, she went running to her grandmother's. Yeah, I do wonder about this one, though. I'm not going to lie. Bowling. I think about, luckily nobody else got hurt. Luckily, nobody else was killed or got hurt. It was just him. Yeah, we don't know if it was the kill shot. You're right. Child, the police don't protect nobody. They are cleanup crew, and that's it. William says, I would just hurt them by looking at them. Oh my gosh. Bring the mess. Facts. Oh my gosh. Question. Why shoot to kill? Why not just take out his kneecaps? Or more afraid of a retaliation? That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Do you have any idea that head blows can kill you? Yes, they can, Fluid. Absolutely not. I take them out. I have a firearm and will not hesitate. Lord, look at y'all. Chicago is like Florida now. People don't arrest anyone. Wow. Listen. They don't always get it right. That's what I got to say. Sometimes calling the cops will be the reason people come after you. Not even the kill itself. Retaliation. Wow. Nobody black or Hispanic in Chicago sees police as protectors or any type of help, says Ithaca. All of you guys are funny. These stories are hilarious, Crispy. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. First of all, let's just say this. It's an unfortunate situation to be in, I think, period. But nobody knows how they're going to act when they're in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So we could say about a lot of things that we would do, but when you're in that moment, you just don't know. I'm just saying, you just don't. I went on a date on Saturday dinner. My date got drunk, got angry. The waitress had to write me and the manager. I called my ex to pick me up. My date waited for me down the street. He tried to follow me home. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm glad you're good. Thank you. He cannot talk his way out of assault or attempted murder on his mom now. I know. Listen, you can't imagine what would happen if they charged this young man. Everybody would be so outraged. Chicago would have a mess on their hands. Yep. Yeah, I would agree with that one. Anyways, guys, I wanted to bring this story to talk a little bit about it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to be heading out. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, I am going to go live later. I think we're going to talk about Alexi Treviso, if you've been following that case, because I did do a couple of uploads and I want to review them with you guys and have more of a conversation about it. There's been a lot happening on that case. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button and sharing. Okay, thank you. I appreciate everybody for being here. You guys have a great one. Rabbits out.